Hey coach, you're already probably familiar with the idea of having an ebook, right? A short PDF which you have as a giveaway in exchange for some basic details like the person's name and email address, which you can then add to an email list or use for marketing or try and sell them other things. So it's going to be something like this. You've got a nicely designed sort of book cover. You're saying what somebody's going to get. They're going to click to get the free guide and they're going to be asked to put their details in. Now, this is one of the most easiest types of lead magnet to create, and there are so many people out there who suggest that these are amazing. Now, I've worked with loads of coaches who've set up a basic website, have an ebook, but there's some real key things to consider. Now, first of all, it takes time to create an ebook, and you're simply guessing at the content that's going to be attractive and valuable to your audience. So what do you put in it? There's tech involved. Quite often you're going to need a website or you're going to need to host it somewhere. Some people start looking at funnels. You need to think about how do you create the form so that somebody can put their name and email address in. And you've probably got to host that PDF somewhere so it's a clickable link. Then there's the whole ebook landing page. It needs a compelling message. It needs to be something that's really going to make somebody want to click through for it to work properly. And not only that, just having it's not enough. You then need to think about how you're going to drive traffic to that download link. So are you going to then have to create social posts that drive interest where you share a link? Or are you going to run adverts that drive people straight there? And then there's the final thing. Most people who download an ebook don't even read it. So all this effort that you've gone to putting all of this in place, and most people will click, fill the details in, download, and do nothing else with it. That's a hell of a lot of wasted time and effort for something that's just likely to flop, right? Now, don't get me wrong, an ebook can be a really useful lead magnet, but I would much prefer to generate leads before putting all the effort in of creating the ebook and find a way of cutting out all of that technical faff and find a way of making sure that I know exactly what to put in that ebook so that my audience are really going to want to see it and read it once I've sent it to them. So I do an ebook campaign in a different way, and that enables me to gauge interest before I actually create it using social posts, generate engagement, comments, conversations, which are leads, convert some of those leads into strategy sessions straight away before I've even created the ebook. I'm going to use conversations with a chat sequence to actually gauge from my audience what they want to see in the ebook before I've even created it, which is going to make it really valuable. Then I'm going to create the ebook with really valuable content, no guesswork, and I'm going to deliver the ebook to them via DMs. So I don't need any additional technical faff. I don't need funnels, website, or anything like that. And once I've done that process and actually created the PDF ebook, I've got a valuable PDF I can use in the future as a giveaway post. So let's look at what I like to call the pre-ebook campaign process. So first of all, we're going to start this process by creating social posts. This post is announcing that you're just about to start creating your first ebook and you're looking for people who would be interested in it. That's going to generate leads, that's going to generate engagement and interest. What you're then going to do via the DMs is have chats with those people to validate the content that you're going to put into your ebook. There will be some people that you can actually convert to a strategy session straight away. These are people who are currently got a problem, your target audience. They'll be interested in the book that you're going to create, and they might be suggesting, yeah, I'm really struggling with XYZ at the moment. So with one of the sequences, you could actually start talking them into a strategy session straight away. So you're going to either validate the content or talk them into a strategy session. You then create the ebook, and then you're going to send them the ebook via DM. No need for a funnel, no need for a website, all really simply and easily. So through the chats that you're having with people, they're telling you the information that they would find most useful to go into the ebook, and that's exactly, therefore, what you put into the ebook that you send out. So there's no guesswork anymore of what people are interested in. You've validated what they're interested in. And not only that, there will be some people who you've spoken to who you've gone straight to strategy sessions, and you may have actually got them as paid clients. So as you can see, it's a great process that you run as a pre-ebook campaign, which generates leads, generates strategy sessions, removes the trial and error of knowing what content to put into your ebook. Your ebook therefore then contains exactly what your audience wants, and you need zero tech, no website, no funnel, no hosting. So you can rattle these things out really quickly, but not only that, you've generated leads. And that's the whole point of an ebook, really. The idea is to gather people's information as leads so that you can future sell to them. Whereas, why don't we do some of that right now as part of this post before we've even created the ebook? So to help you get started, there's a template that you can use for the post that you put out there. This template is something that you use before you've created your ebook. Please do make this template your own. You want to take the red bits and fill in the detail. Don't make it too long. So what you're saying is, hey, it's official. I'm writing my first ebook for whatever your niche is about how to insert your problem without concern, which is all stuff you're going to get from your I help messaging. For the past X amount of years, I have, and then you insert some authority. I have been studying this particular discipline, or I have been a coach and coached over 3,000 hours. During that time, I've helped transformed. You can specify how many people, or you can say some of the results that you've got. And I'm now super excited to be publishing an ebook on how you can do it too. No form fill, no emails, completely free. Want it? Then it's yours. Just drop a comment below, and as soon as it's ready, I'll send it to you. As simple as that. It's a simple post that's going to get engagement. And these people that engage are genuinely going to be interested in your ebook. And then once you've modified that post and made it your own, you then want to generate an image. Now, there's programs like Canva or many other tools that will allow you to provide it with an image, and it will turn it into a mock-up. So that's just like a cover image, and I've given it to Canva and picked different mock-up styles, and it's generated something that looks photorealistic. So you've got your post copy, you've got your generated image that you're going to post along with it. So it's an image and text type post that goes out there. You're going to then wait for that engagement, people liking it and saying they're interested, they would like this ebook when it's finished. And that's then when your DM chat sequences are going to kick in. So it's a single chat DM sequence. And as with all of the template sequences, it's a framework only. Please do make it your own. It's important that you use your terminology, your wording. So the first thing you're going to do is say, hey, Trevor, thanks for showing an interest in my ebook. And then straight away, another message. It'll be ready in about 2 weeks. In the meantime, do you mind if I ask you a few questions? And then wait. So you've got a pause in there. And the pause is there to gauge intent. Are they really interested in this? Because if they are, they're going to come back to you. You've given them a question that requires an answer. If they are purposeful enough to answer you, then they probably are genuinely interested. So once they've answered, yes, it's okay. So great stuff. Was there anything in particular that you wanted to get from this book? So this is where you're now starting to gauge what would be interesting for them to be in this book. They'll then give you an answer, hopefully, after you've waited for that answer. And then you could ask even further clarification if you wanted to. Maybe you ask a few more points. You just go into your own conversation at that stage. But something that's also really interesting is at this stage, you could also say, I see. And would you say that's your biggest challenge in relation to whatever your niche is at the moment? And then you wait. And if they say, yes, it is, you can say, I understand. Is that something you're looking to get resolved now, or something that's not so important? And then you wait. And if they come back and say, well, yeah, it is something that's pretty urgent. It's something that I need to get resolved now. Rather than waiting for the ebook, there's absolutely then nothing wrong in saying, great, would it be value to you if we had a conversation about some of the ideas that I've got to solve that problem for you? And then, of course, if that's the case and they could say, yes, it would actually, great stuff. That's when you're then booking in a strategy session with them. So even if it doesn't go down the route of having a strategy session, and they're just sharing some insights that they'd like to see in the book, and they say, well, actually, yeah, I do have that problem, but it's a future problem for me, but I'd really love to see your book once you've created it, then that's still fine because you've still validated some of the content that you're going to put into your book. But there will be a number of those leads that you have from the engagement that are prepared to chat about the fact that it is a problem they've got now and it's urgent and they want it fixed now. So you absolutely need to be all over that with suggesting that you will have a call with them for free to share some ideas and to perhaps give them a strategy on how they can overcome that problem straight away for free. What that will mean is that you're booking them into a strategy session, which of course, as you know, using the strategy session framework is a way then of exploring their problem in more detail, teasing that problem a little bit, and then putting some form of offer in front of them to guide them on that journey at a price. And the beauty of it is, at this stage, I've still not yet created my ebook. I've created one clever post, which has generated engagement, which is not only helping me validate what I should put into my ebook, but is also generating leads that might then turn into strategy sessions and could well turn into sales, paid clients. So the pre-ebook campaign is a much better way of doing an ebook campaign, as you can see.